Sorry that I can't keep it together. Maybe it's the trauma, or maybe it's the drugs. I can't seem to control my fucking temper. But the problem lies in not being enough. I lost my sense of humor in the battle for my mind. Now I'll slip away with one last puff this time. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Forgive me for the outburst with your neighbors. My actions don't reflect what's in my soul. I never found the right way to relate or take in and display a better role. The chemicals that shape me are buried deep this time. My family's already given up, it's fine. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, the only time with no regrets, letting myself die. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my life. The substance suicide, the only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Is letting myself die.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, yeah! Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence on this 2 October 2025 in the year of our government shutdown dumpster fire. This is Sergeant's Time. I should host, or Ken, or Sergeant Major, whatever the fuck you want to call me, a dickhead, whatever. And of course, in the gunner seat, I have the lovely Spinky.
Hey y'all. Hey, how are you doing? Or I guess, you can call me just Fakey today. That is all I
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. Well, I mean, weren't you doing like Army comms today or something? I can't remember. We were doing messing with some PAOs and bullshit, and then they were pretty offended that we had posted something saying that we will take over the Army's communications plans for them. Man, I got PAO hate. I don't know why.
Well, they can be mad. Well, first of all, we're a little late tonight, because we forgot we had a show. We were just, doing our show just between us.
We apologize. We thought we were on air and we were just blabbing away, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, holy fuck, we're not streaming. So I apologize. I had to go ahead and redo some twerking there, and there you go. I'm twerking on fucking TikTok now. So,
what's your at?
Yeah, no. I mean, you guys and the staff keep breaking my balls about getting a freaking do my own creator thing like how everyone else is doing. We'll go over that later. But yeah, we were like, woo, man, this is hot and spicy stuff.
Yeah, now we got to start all over.
Now we got to start all over again. What we were talking about. All right, as our friend. One Punch Dad likes to say, who the freak? His Sergeant Major character was not lying. Standards and discipline. Woo, we don't know. See, we didn't know how we're going to cover this because there were some things that kind of, how do I say this? You guys know about real quick, let's just go over. There was a huddle with a bunch of flag officers, generals, chiefs of staff, senior enlisted advisors at Quantico, Secretary of Defense. I fucked up. I just dead named him. Secretary of War. Secretary of War. Pete Hegseth had his huddle with the GOs. About standards, and I don't know. I need to get a soundbite. I'm going to ask Josh if I can use the standards and discipline as a soundbite every time we talk about standards and behooving.
Yes, we need to.
Standards and discipline. You got to give him the credit. And basically had about a 47-minute speech talking about no fat generals and no beardos and all that. And I would say that the shock of everyone reacting, I think, has been a bigger story than anything else. And I think, go ahead.
To add to that, I think the inaction of everybody in the room has also been a bigger story than everything else.
Right. Well, here's the things here's the things that people have to understand, especially the civilian stuff. Civilians, media, guys who maybe think about they know about the military or have friends in the military. When you call a room to attention, you kind of have to stand, group attention. You stand up and do an attention, and you got to be quiet, and you got to shut up. You got to sit there and, if there's some jokes that are good, that are funny, that everyone kind of like yucks it up and chuckles with, okay, that could get away. But once somebody's called to the position of attention, you're supposed to be quiet. So the reactions and the memes, holy crap. That one fucking Air Force or Space Force guy, that Space Force general who's like mouth agape going like that. He was like, oh, what the fuck? That I think
the one with the face palm was my favorite.
Yeah. All the other fucking the memes will be coming. I guarantee it. There's enough materials in there and stuff like that. As the secretary was talking, he was addressing specific memorandums that were going to be coming out and what this was going to happen and what you needed to do and comprehensive reviews and the discussion of standards and grooming and all that. So Spanky and I were like, instead of just like fucking shit talking, let's go over the statements. I mean, granted, they're not statements, but memos. We're not going to go line by line, but we're just going to go general discussions of what it means and all that. His signature says PBJ. No, it's that is kind of funny. It does look like PBJ. And then he should have disagreed with him on the beers, but apart from that, I agree with Hexeth. Yeah. Branko says he should have half right faced them. Okay. Okay. I don't think there's look, I'm gonna post that one picture of that one Air Force guy because that was the one that killed me. That was the one that killed him the most.
Yeah.
That one Air Force dude, his face was like, oh, what the hell? But look, to everyone who is like going off saying, oh, they didn't clap after this. They didn't clap. Well, if you're standing in a position of attention, you're not supposed to clap. There's no clapping involved. So we have some no more statement, but GO1, everybody except for Secretary of War.
Sorry.
No, I'm just reading the comments, guys. So just let you guys talk. So go ahead.
They called him to attention, but it's like it wasn't timed right. That was all it really was. Is you can just see it all, and everybody's like, "What the hell do I do now?"
Yeah.
And like that reaction, it's like whatever. They were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And
Right.
I saw the other ones that make me laugh.
Right. Yeah. So at ease you could clap. So I mean, the only humorous part of I thought that was pretty funny was when the president came out and said. When he said, I don't know how, he's like, I almost fired the secretary. Cause how do you follow up on that? How do you come up, how do you, beat a better speech? Something to that effect. So I'm going to play while we're talking, I'm going to just show real quick some of the memeage, that everyone has. And if you guys look at the bottom right there, those Space Force dudes, that Space Force dude right there in the bottom with his fucking face, with his mouth agape was hilarious. You can see all the faces in there of all the GOs and shit. You see, I mean, there's some familiar, and like you were saying, Spanky, there are some familiar faces that we saw. Mm-hmm. You know what's kind of crazy is when you serve with somebody and you remember them, and I mean, you talked about this too. When you and I were doing the stuff, and everybody who was in charge of us, OICs and commanders, it's crazy to see them as GOs now, isn't it? Isn't that kind of like,
right?
I remember that guy when he was a general. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Gee, that dude was oh my God, I remember that guy was a shitbag, or that guy was squared away, or that guy, I didn't think he'd ever made it, or that guy, he was always, yeah, exactly. He was always falling asleep at meetings. How did he stay, how did he become a general?
How is he still awake right there in this meeting?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, all the faces that I see inside, I just think it's hilarious that I'm like, damn, I all these guys right here, all like they're here. This guy right here in the bottom. Oh my God, he's like, oh, I got to do what? I have to what in qualification? I got to do what? Let's see. So let's go over some of the memeage. And if you guys, yep. So you guys don't know who that is. That's General Admiral of Colonel Kevin Admiral fame, who was who was the one that led the charge against the WTF Nation on some of the posts that we used to do. And they got really mad when we posted a bumper sticker on his striker. The days of a long time of yore. Back in the day, the legends have been written. And so that's like, okay, yeah, that's me. You probably would. Now this is just a recap. The music, I don't want us to get bumped because last time we posted an Alex Jones video, we got bumped, and I don't want to do that. And so there's that one. Here's if bitch please were a photo. Look at all those faces right there. Oh my god. Somebody said, "Hey, yeah, are you serious?" Somebody said, "Hey, you know, if you do this video, if you post this video, aren't you like kind of like outing them and stuff like that?" I don't know, man. I wasn't in the room. They were all looking at him, so he probably, I don't know, maybe the secretary saw it. I don't know.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't have access to the videos that we got.
Right.
You know?
Or he was standing in front of them. You know, he could have
right.
He could have said something. So there's that one. That one dude, the facepalm guy. That's the one you're talking about. That right there, the facepalm one.
Oh my gosh, that made my day.
Yeah, right.
I feel you.
It's like, here's my thing. And of course, in pure hyperbole, I think sometimes when geos get to that level, they're non-verbals that they do instinctively. I don't think they realize that they do that. Like, I don't think this guy realized that he was caught on camera going, "Oh fuck," you know.
And I get it, because I can't fix my face. I've learned to fix my mouth.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I want to capture some of the audience stuff to see if he was rubbing his face, if he was going, "Oh my fucking god," you know, little stuff like that. You can see the individual. You can see this one right here going, "What?" Looks like right here. So.
Yeah, she's definitely talking to the one next to her. And then if you look up, like the guy that kind of has his thumb or his tongue like pushing his cheek out in like what is at the top right, he's definitely looking at someone trying to tell them what's going on.
Yeah, this dude right here. Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah. So all right, so let's continue. This is going to be for a little bit here. This right here. That dude's face right there says it. He's like, "Oh fuck." There's no need. I mean, if you know, they say a face that could, you know, launch 1,000 warships, or a face that, well, he looks like he's an Air Force guy, so he looks like he's enlisted. So let's continue this one. This is some bullshit right there. That right there. That dude really did have that. That's some bullshit. Look to everyone here. You know, this one right here. This one right here. This is my favorite one. I cannot stop laughing at this one because this dude. I mean, I wanted to see. Was he talking to himself? Was he saying, "Oh my fucking god,
right.
I gotta do what? PT test? Oh no,
Maybe he's just thinking, I gotta stay awake for this."
Yeah, he's like, "There's no fucking." Look at that. He's just like, "Oh my god, it's just this dude right here. Give me the." Right here, another one right here. Let's see this. This is the same thing. My God, make it stop. This right here looks like she's like, fuck, okay, whatever. You know?
And that's at the same time as the face palm dude.
Exactly.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, yep.
Same time as the face palm.
I think
and the guy behind her is obviously talking to somebody.
Yeah, I think the guy in front of her looks like, is that Phil Blaisdell? Is that CSM?
Is that him?
It looks like. Well, he's always happy and shit when he talks to us, so I never see him in his angry face, dude. I mean, I always see him shooting his shit. So I don't know. That looks like kind of looks like him. He sort of looks like, you know, Phil Blaisdell.
Text him and ask.
Yeah, hey dude, I just flew 18 hours for 18. This like you hear this? That dude right there too.
Give him a seat a minute. Give him Tylenol.
Give him a Tylenol. That face right there. Oh my god! Again, all we're doing is recapping the photos and the images of everybody's reaction. The secretary was there. He could, if he wants to hem him up for whatever, then that's on them.
I mean, he was there looking at him. He saw all this.
Yeah. There's one guy that I saw. I think which one it was. This guy in the back, right here in the back. This dude was like going, "Did you see this shit?" You know.
That is definitely a younger one.
Yeah, that has to be a younger G going, "Oh my god, did you guys fucking?" All right, let's see. Let's go to this one right here. That's the face palm again. Tylenol. He could pronounce that.
Oh my god.
That right.
That is definitely that whole thing could have been a fucking email. Like all the
dude.
That was the speech.
Here's the thing. All these leaders have probably slammed their soldiers for resting bitch face or fucking, you know, the eye rolls or the gasps or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm just saying, I'm not saying, here's my thing. I'm not feeling sorry for some of these GOs. Some of these GOs, I mean, I know some of them that I see in the audience and I'm like, yeah, I kind of wanted to see you squirm. All right, here's this one right here. Look at these guys. See, there we go again. There he is. Those are all the guys laughing. Oh my God. You see that one guy looks like he's hiding his face. Oh my God. Look, you see this shit? Fuck,
Like,
dude, fuck.
We are on camera.
Yeah.
I have to remember that sometimes.
Do not
I'm like,
laugh.
Oh, shit.
Again, just 2 more months. You retired 2 more months.
That's what he's thinking.
Oh my God.
That place still behind him. That's 2 seats behind
That
him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like the same guy. That looks like Fitz. I mean, this Fitzcore, he's a CSM. It looks. I mean, like I said, I've never seen Phil make that face before, so I don't have to ask him. Dude, was this you? Or yeah, you have to shoot him a message and say, hey man, hey bro, is this you? I like that. You retire in 2 more months. You retire in 2 more months. You retire 2 more months. All right, what's the next one I hear? So this guy's trying not to laugh. Another one there. See, there he is. Yeah, his whole look. Somebody even made a joke. Someone said his whole forehead. It's the whole forehead screaming. What the fuck? I gotta ask Phil. Phil, is that you, man? Hit me up. You got my number.
No.
You can just text me right now. Let me see what's this next one here. Next slide. There we go. That was it. Now,
Probably wondering.
oh my God. Hey, General Admiral, long time no see.
Are you still mad at us?
Yeah, are you still pissed off at us, bruh? I mean, we cool, right? We cool. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Oh,
So
a lot of DTS vouchers to be
a lot, yeah, exactly that. A lot of DTS vouchers. So exactly. D says, how many put in their retirement paperwork? Phil says, is that Stankus? Stankus? Yeah, I think that's Stankus on the chat. To be fair, if I'm called to an all admiral, all general meeting, and it's just a speech, I'd be the same. It's a badge and honor for that meme for him. Yeah. Holly says, where are the beards? Cornelius says, have you seen my TikTok about lengthen versus bulk? And he takes, we are going to cover TikToks in a minute there, Cornelius. Because, damn, you're off the fucking chain on the TikToks, on the talks.
right.
So,
Well, now speaking of which, when he asked if anybody put in their retirement paperwork, I think, oh gosh, was it the Washington Post, New York Times? I don't know, one of them newspapers like put out an article like, hey, are any of y'all planning on retiring now because of the SecDef speech the
Right.
other day? And like,
Right.
I'm waiting to see that article.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say there were some retirements that were announced today that I want everybody to fucking calm their fucking cool their jets, calm the fuck down. Had nothing to do with the speech. These individuals were already going to retire, and it was a coincidence. It was coincidence that these individuals are retiring when they announced their retirements.
Right.
So, Patrick says one way to burn the TDY budget for the end of the year, use it or lose it. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. That is a good
Well,
point.
the bad part about it is they're traveling over the end of a fiscal year and the start of another. Oh, and a government shutdown. So
So how did they get
they
back?
ain't getting paid, but I'm sure they brought their aides and stuff with them too. That a missed check is going to hurt, but
Well, I mean, are we also going to talk about all their private accommodation jets? Did they get it for them and stuff like that? Okay, we're just gonna do a real quick glance over some of these memorandums. And man,
not a slideshow.
Not a slideshow. We're just gonna do a real quick glance because someone to talk about this like fucking. I keep going back to One Punch Dad. Students, discipline. His dropping bars. It's yours, man. I loved it. I still haven't watched the SecDef's whole speech. It's like 2 hours. No, his portion of the speech, Holly, was about just over 45 minutes, and then a little bit was pomp and circumstance, and then the president came and then he talked for a little bit. And so that was a ramble and a half. So just real quick, prepare large scale combat operations because everyone, let's go. That's the new key thing right now because everyone went away from full spectrum operations and then they went from coin, and then they went to let's go. Every time I say let's go in a conversation, my kid gets ready to go and puts his shoes on because he thinks we're going to go out and hang out.
Right.
So to prepare for large scale combat operations, blah, blah, blah. He's conducting a comprehensive review. And they will, this right here is military education and training must equip our warfighters with physical and cognitive skills, experimental instruction required to execute our strategy and to meet high standards. Yeah, direct the following actions within 60 days of this memorandum. Sergeant Porkneck doesn't approve. It's like, yeah.
I just like this part. Report any changes to the program standards since 1990.
Yes.
And make recommendations on whether to restore any standards that have been lowered since that time.
Yes.
So
I'm glad you brought that up.
School got easier since 1990. I don't know.
I'm just, yeah. No, you're right, because I remember you and I were talking about how everyone complains when everyone talks about how fucking fucked up they had it, or they're like the, and
right.
remember we brought it up, the soldiers had it even harder than when we were coming up, because all you had to do was pass an APFT, push-ups, sit-ups, 2-mile run, and then you fucking
right.
and then you did your height and weight. If you busted the screening table, you got taped. If you made it, and all that. Well, now if you pass an APFT or AFT at a specific score, then what do you get? You get some time. You get some. You don't have to take the height and weight. You don't have to do height and weight.
Right.
You just
get have a really quick update.
Yeah, that was like quick. So I mean, so that's a good update. Now when it came to military education and training with the physical and cognitive skills, me and Spanky talked about this. There was a Sergeant Major of the Army, the first Special Forces qualified Sergeant Major of the Army, contrary to popular belief, was Sergeant Major of the Army Richard Kidd. And Sergeant Major of the Army Richard Kidd had what we used to have, the NCOES, the Non-Commissioned Officer Education System, which was a standard that on day 0 of any NCOES, back when we called it PLDC.
Right, back when I went.
Back in WW, Operation Desert Nom. When we go to my 90s, right? In the 90s.
Well, I didn't go to PLDC in the 90s, so there's that.
Well, I mean, but it's around the 90s, in that specific decade, if you on day 0 did not pass your APFT or did not pass height and weight, you didn't even come in. Your packet never got into the school. And that way, and there was not even a PT test unless it was like for best, or they had like Iron Soldier competition or something like that. Best Warrior or something like that. They had some little competition, an Iron Fitness test. That's when you took a fitness test. But other than that, you came in, it was day 0. All right, height and weight. Okay, go. Stand over here. You stand over there. Wait for your PT test. All right, you do your PT test. Did you pass them all? Okay, go. Now stand in this formation, and then I remember we used to do this, Spanky. Remember? We had our school's NCO with all those fucking packets.
Yes, I was a school's NCO.
That's what I'm saying. We had those school. Yeah, we had those schools NCOs right there, giving the packets out to the school, and then they rolled them. And the next thing you know, ATARS managers were there with them. Remember back in the day when we used to have inputs to ATARS, and shit, look what happened. It seemed, and PLDC, now BLC or whatever you want to call it, WLC, whatever.
It changes every other day.
It changes. Yeah, exactly. Just like, oh my God. I'm gonna call it PLDC. PLDC.
Oh, but no, wait. I have a quick update.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off because I just got a text.
Send it.
No, I'm just telling you. I'll just tell you. Yes, that was Blaisdell.
That was.
Because I sent him that picture. I'm like, yeah, is this you? He's like, yeah. He had just traveling. He was very tired.
Oh, he was tired. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There we go. We won't tell you who it was, but you have to watch this.
And he said our coin holder is still proudly displayed on his desk.
Awesome. Good deal. So you guys, I mean, a lot of you guys having a lot of shit fits about how an APFT or an AFT or ACFT was conducted during NCOESs. In the 90s standard, you never got in.
Yeah.
I
literally as a school NCO, I'd wait to make sure and not go home till the next day, because I obviously in Korea was a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly.
And just so I can take them back on the bus.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You did the duffel bag drag with them. And also, because what did you always take? You always took, for one, you always took a standby. Yep, you took the standbys. Yep. So you were there as a school's NCO with your standbys, and you were there, ready to go, and those standbys were there. And I want to tell you what, the standbys seemed more hungrier to get in the school than the ones that were primary slotted. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I was a standby because I was on leave. This is, many years ago. I was on leave and I made cutoff while I was on leave, and I was going to school en route. So I could, and this is back when you could not get promoted until you graduated.
Correct.
PLDC.
Correct.
So I was like on the highest priority, and I was still on standby because I got to Korea and not shitting you 2 weeks later. I was there like, oh, you're going on standby this month. We have to get you promoted. It's been
Right.
3 months because again, I was in school en route.
Right.
So yeah, and I just waited there. Somebody dropped, so I got in.
Yeah.
Even being as high as priority,
Yeah.
I just wasn't on
Yeah.
Korea's OML yet.
Yeah. And oh yeah, that's the thing too. The OMLs were stringent as shit. I mean, OMLs, everyone talks about, well, it's not the way it's supposed to be done, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you what, some of you wimpies out there that complain about how the Army is, but how the Army should be, you wanted this. You wanted this. 1990s, if you were on the OML and me and Spanky had the same data rank. Okay. Well, after the data rank, what did they do next? Oh, they went by years of service. If they said, hey, you, Spanky, you both have the years of service, and then they'll go by age. And that used to throw off people all the freaking time. That used to piss people off. Like, wait a minute. So all those fucking hard chargers, hey man, I made 7 and 7. Well, okay, you got it today. But in the 90s, that's not how it worked.
Nope. And just because, they did do by age, and that helped me out a little because I was 20 when I joined. Most people join at 18. So
Right.
like in my peer group, I was usually the little bit one that was a little bit older.
Right.
So yeah, it helped me once or twice. I can tell you when it didn't help me is also in PLDC. It's like, you got distinguished honor grad, and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I did not get those because of my PT score. We had 3 of us tied. And my PT score was like a 250 then.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. And after that, I never went to school without getting a 300. I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, that is not going to be the thing that takes me out now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, but if anything else, it kind of like, but what it did though, what did it do for you? It gave you a sense of, okay, I gotta get the initiative going to get my PT score up. Sometimes you need those little discriminators. I hate to say it, those are discriminators, because I'm telling you. Everyone talking about, oh, you're just going to be back to this and these woke standards. Okay, motherfucker. And as soon as it affects you, you guys are going to be crying in the inbox. You guys are going to be crying in the inbox how the way the 1990s were, man. Does that mean my dating standards have to be raised back to the 90s standards too? Hey, Patrick.
No, I dated some. No.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I'm about to say.
I dated my ex. Fuck that.
I'm going to tell you what.
I'm going
to tell you what. If they bring back the 1990s fraternization policy, whoa. I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because the 1990s fraternization policy, there was none. Unless they were in your direct chain of command.
Exactly. You could date. Didn't matter.
You could date 8 officers. You could date it just didn't fucking matter. And usually the ones that got mad at you were the ones that were pissed off that they wanted those hot LTs and you got to them first. And it's some colonel or some major who got pissed off because you stole their girl.
Oh, no. So you see me, little private Spanky, the first time in Korea, I'm dating the warrant officers because I want helicopter rides and I had to take the train. So that was what I get a ride up to Seoul. I'm like, okay, when are you flying? I just had to be in uniform and bring my bag with my civilian clothes. But yeah, that was what I was doing. You can keep the LTs. They do nothing for me.
Yeah. It is funny as hell to see the reactions of everybody going, yeah, we're gonna go back to this, and then you wake them up, and then you go, no, this is what the standard was back in the day. This was you didn't take a PT test and you failed it, and then you went through the course and then took another PT test and it got reflected on your 1059. You took a PT test, and if you failed it, you didn't even go to day 0 was done for you. And then I remember working my 3 time. I remember seeing those first sergeants and those platoon sergeants and those squad leaders standing in front of the CSM's desk, wondering why the fuck this soldier failed the PT test. We'll get to that in a minute.
And that's why you had to take like 17 PT tests before you can go to school. You had to take one at your company, one at your battalion. Oh, you got to come take one for the brigade.
Yes. That's why I always told the troops, hey man, just do the soldier of the month, and soldier corps boards. You're always taking a PT test. It's a competition. And worst case scenario, you don't win. Best case scenario, they'll give you a fucking ARCOM and an AEM, and you'll get that face, to show, hey, this is the commander. Oh, see, this soldier of the month, soldier year, did this. All right, so let's go on to the grooming standards and facial hair implementation. Y'all lost your fucking minds. I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all lost your minds. We don't mind doing a little bit of advocacy for you guys. And we've even said, if you get too fucking stupid with it, they're going to fucking take them away. Matter of fact, Spanky, you said that. You said that
absolutely.
if you get too stupid with these facial facial hair standards, you're gonna fucking lose it. Well, guess what? You lost it.
And the ponytails too.
And and the ponytails and the nails.
Yep. You get stupid with it. And trust me, I used to want I had my nails done all the time too, but you get stupid, draw too much attention to yourself.
Yep.
And wrong people don't like it.
Yep. And guess what? The wrong people will you said, I remember you saying the wrong people will be in charge of you one day and you won't like, yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So this right here, AR-670-1, isn't really too different. All personnel must maintain a clean-shaven face. Sideburns will be above the ear opening. Will be above the ear opening, which is a standard, AR-670-1 thing as well. Beards and goatees and other facial hair are prohibited unless specifically authorized. So everyone's saying they're going to take our beards away unless specifically authorized. So guys, whoever's telling you they're taking our beards, blah, 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 they're not taking your beards. Mm-hmm. They're just telling you to fucking trim them up. They're just telling you to fucking Special Operations Forces units may request modified standards and validated mission essential requirements. However, personnel will be clean shaven when deployed to environments with a high threat of CBRN attack. That's been the standard from the get. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like normal. Medical accommodations, the department will revert to pre-2020. Remember, only back in the day, temporary profiles for medical conditions such as what was that, PFB, will be considered. So they're not taking your fucking shit away, guys. They're not taking your full-fledged beard. They really are going back to the way it used to be, where guys have gone these freaking huge grizzly beards and shit. Back in the day, was it a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch? I can't remember what it was for the guys who had PFB. It was a neatly trimmed beard, and it was fucking, it was trimmed up. I remember seeing guys in the field when they would trim up their beards in the field, and stuff like that. And I always hear them, hey, make sure it's on this. And guys would like to show them what specific lotions or whatever they needed to do. All requests require individualized review for operational impact. So again, nobody's taking your shit away, guys. No one's taking your shit. It was a 1/4 inch. There you go. That's what I thought, Gary. It was a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch for your hair. Right. 1/8 inch is a little too short. So yeah, 1/4 of an inch. It was a 1/4 of an inch, and you had to maintain, a neat, presently groomed appearance. And that was it. So guys, no one's taking your shit. If you read these documents and stop going off of what fucking mill talkers are saying or mill influencers are saying. Yeah. Guys, man,
like actually read it. That's what I'm saying. And not even exactly what Hegseth said. Like actually read what is really happening. Right? He's just like talking the biggest picture part of it, not like what you're actually going to be doing. Like, look,
and he's glancing, and he's glancing a lot over the details. So we're here to give you guys the detail.
Because if he did the details, it'd have been in like a 10-hour speech.
Yeah, right, exactly. He
really did need to be an email.
He should have given these tasks to every like who's got the most out of control beards. SMA Weimer should have been given this to brief. This should have been him. This should have been him to brief it up. So anyway, permanent conditions will result in evaluation for administrative situation. So that's it. That's really the whole freaking deal with that. That was the religious accommodations. We'll revert back to pre-2010, which were generally not authorized, but in individualized review, religious liberty in the military services. It's still going to be there. It's still going to, I mean, literally, I'm going to tell you what, your favorite influencers that are out there are actually doing some of the good work and discussing these specifics. There are some out there that, bro, you better get off of fucking TikTok and stop posting in uniform quick, because all you're doing is you're fucking putting a target on your back, and you're getting emotional about stuff when you're not even reading the policy yourself.
Actually read what it says first.
Exactly. Documentation demonstrating the sincerity of the religious or sincerely held belief is an essential factor in evaluating accommodation requests and must be sufficient to support good faith determination by the approval authority. So again, I will say I kind of chuckled when he said we don't have Nordic pagans in information. We kind of
and that was bullshit. That's literally like, dude.
I kind of laughed about it because it was.
I can laugh about it.
I laughed about it.
Look,
it was an effect. I mean, of course. I mean, you got what your thoughts on it, and my thoughts on it. Yeah. It's almost like how you remember when the movie Dance with Wolves came out, and then all of a sudden everyone became indigenous.
Yes.
Everyone says, "Well, I'm for."
Because I mean, I lived where it was filmed.
Well, I'm just saying. Well,
yeah, I heard a lot of that.
I'm three quarters. I'm 3/4 of a fifth of 1/10 of Cherokee. You know, all of a sudden, everyone started talking about how they were. It's the same thing. The same thing with the pagan stuff. It's the same thing with the Nordic beard stuff. I got some Nordic friends and stuff like that say that they don't even wear beards. I have some friends like they don't wear beards, and I have some that they wear beards, and they, you know.
Well, see, I am all for, like, it's either all or none with me. It's like you can't determine what someone else thinks or feels or what their religion is. You just can't. Nobody else can judge that for someone, and I think that's my only problem with this. Again, it's either you don't give religious accommodations, period, or you can't say someone's not what they say they are.
Right.
That's the problem.
Well, that's another thing
religion.
too. You're right. And all of a sudden, it's you either accommodate all or you accommodate none, and then that's a good point. Training and certification personnel will compete. Validation, mass fit stuff. This is normal stuff. Deployment personnel tracking. This is fucking nothing new because a lot of you guys know that you do a fucking a PERS tempo report every fucking morning, or some units overdo it, make you do it twice a day. Repeated non-compliance will result in administrative service. Yeah, got it. Implementation timeline. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, got it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Everyone knows about this one. That's just glancing over that one. All right. What's this one? IG oversight and reform. Do you just want to grind through the break?
Yeah, let's just do this.
This because we're in a roll.
We'll do this and get out earlier. Yeah. That's what we'll do.
That'll work. Okay. Intake and timelines, which is true. I agree with the intake and timelines because sometimes there are some complaints that seem to just take too fucking long with zero resolution, and then leaders PCS, a new leader comes in, and then there's a new leader that comes in that does not know what they're talking about, and they're going to go by the book, and they're going to be like, oh, all right, well, according to this. You know what I mean? And then opening criteria for standards is permitted by law. Transparency and predictability. I mean, a lot of the stuff is like a no shit, no brainer type of thing. Tracking complaints of subjects, repeat and serial complainants. I think they're trying to say that people who complain too much. This is kind of like making a false statement.
And it does say without any evidence, which not everybody can really get evidence, but if they're frivolous and they can prove they are, then that's different.
Yeah, exactly. That's we agree on that one.
Yeah.
The military fitness standards. Woo, we were just talking about that.
Right?
We're just talking about
Where's that Star Major at?
What's that? Yeah, students, discipline. Oh, he's dropping boss. There you go, soldiers. It's funny Josh imitating a Sergeant Major. It's
right.
He does it so good.
Right. You think he is a Sergeant Major? He must have been in a past life.
He must have been somebody got some Sergeant Major sprinkles and put it on his donuts. He's freaking he rocks it. Fitness request
out of the same pot of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
He's drinking the enlisted coffee.
Yeah, exactly. He's drinking Stocking Milk coffee, wig splitter. Active component service members will execute 2 fitnesses. We do that anyways.
Right.
We do that anyways. I mean, I know except for the reserves.
Was there a service that didn't? I'm just curious.
There was a service that actually got talked about getting rid of fitness tests, or using like these Fitbit bone thingies or something like that to measure their physical fitness and stuff like that. So one will be the existing service. The second will be a combat field test for combat arms, and there's an attached list. And then combat readiness test for non-combat arms to service. So it's almost like, I don't want to say it's like a CrossFit event, but hey, look, if you guys are squared away and do these events with your AFT, I don't think it's a big deal, because some fitness tests are already almost like these combat readiness tests. Does that make sense?
Right.
I know most of the standard, we kept it in line. I know I've been assigned to some units that were pretty smart about doing the annuals. They did it to cover the FY. So you had an October PT test, and then you had an April PT test, and that was it. So that way it covered the FYs, and then it covered any scores, calendar year and stuff like that. So that was normal. Once a year for the for the fitness test for the Guard and Reserve, we already knew that. And then there's also a and this is posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments timeline as well. Fitness testing matrix, and there it is. Body composition. Man, high performers on fitness tests may be granted exemptions, which we already talked about that. That's already true.
Yeah.
That's already in the seat. Members exceeding body fat composition will be placed in remedial programs. We already talked about that. They're already talking about 6 months. You out?
I mean, that's If you're not making progress, I mean, if you're making progress, they don't kick you out.
Right. Right. Exactly. Is this the one where he said PT needs to be done every day? I think it was. I'm trying to look at that. Trying to blah 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 blah. I don't know. Maybe it's something he said. PT would be done every day. I'm trying to remember him saying. I remember him saying in the speech that PT would be done every day.
I'm all for that.
I'm gonna tell you what. We get complaints in the inbox of there are soldiers that go in the inbox and complain about not doing PT.
Yeah.
Which
I hated when PT was canceled. That was oh my god.
Yeah,
I was so thankful. Sorry, when Sayatola got there, and literally nothing, no appointments, nothing was allowed to be done before 9 a.m. and they stopped canceling PT finally because I was always in a bad mood if I didn't get to work out in the morning, and I wasn't trying to get up at 4 to do it either. So like, you're paying me to do this. Stop canceling it.
Steve says, as if the NCO Creed will protect you from the Chinese drones that are going to murder the hell out of you. I'm going to tell you what, physical fitness will keep you in the fight. Because I guarantee it, nobody wants to see their sons or daughters, brothers or sisters, husbands or wives get blown apart by a fucking drone. Because you're seeing it in the war with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Modern workforce management. You guys don't even know how to do proper. Well, Steven, what the fuck is Steve talking about, dude? Steve Brew. What do you? Yeah, okay. We don't know how to do PT.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, man.
The troll tonight.
We're not engaging the trolls. I've kind of noticed that we're getting a lot of Bangladeshis and Pakistanis and African Nigerian scammers in the fucking chats lately. So it's like, oh man, whatever.
Yeah, they're bad.
Cultural refresh we done. Secretary of War, Warrior Ethos. I mean, we kind of already have that already. A lot of the stuff is like a refresh that we don't even have done on like nobody enforced it already. Nobody's doing the constant. Nobody's doing it constantly. Special selection boards. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Man, Steve, your insight is so. Oh my god, dude, I can't believe we got have your expertise in here. We're retired, by the way. Reduction of military training requirements to restore mission focus. Hey man,
now how can anybody get against this?
Anybody relax the mandatory frequency for cyber security, narrowly tailor records management. Try marking cadence and garrison only down. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, everyone's all the back in my day, guys. All right, you got it. Cool, your shit's coming back. Come back in the army. Come back in the army to those standards and see if you're not gonna be complaining as well.
Like we all didn't bitch about this when we were like fucking part of the mafia.
Yeah, and like we all didn't do it.
Right?
We did it. We all. That's what I'm saying with blood. I was in that army at that time. We did it.
Yep. And we liked it.
And we enjoyed it. We enjoyed no boots. We enjoyed no rucksack straps with just ropes for handles and shit.
Right.
Everyone here going, you guys are better. You guys don't know PT. Yeah, we don't know PT here. There you go. Thank you. Woo, congratulations. We don't know PT. Remove Privacy Act training from common military training because everybody knows you're not supposed to be. That's identity theft. That's criminal shit. That everybody knows that or should know that. Right. Now eliminate mandatory frequency for combat tracking the human person. We were told that this was going to get cut out.
I mean,
we were told we were.
I mean, I guess it's because we're not like, how do I say this? We're not at war, so we're not traveling as much, and we're not in airports all the time, and we're not going to be the ones that see this stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I'm not saying that's a good thing necessarily, but just
right. Common military training focused on harmful behaviors was clear. Was clear between the prevention and response, identifying appropriate response procedures. Requirement.
I like that part. The use of test out options is strongly encouraged for refresher training. Like, stop making me sit through a course that I can pass the test for.
Right, exactly. Right. Requirement to formally present Purple Heart medals and valor decorations. But tell you this right now.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Tell us what.
I'll tell you what, buddy.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. I'm sorry. It makes me mad that all the award presentations that happen don't fucking happen, and we have soldiers getting their shit in the mail.
Oh yeah.
So effective immediately, all Purple Heart medals and valor decorations will be formally presented to the recipient or their primary next of kin. There you go. I don't
Actually,
see why.
when my retirement award finally got done, my S1, or she texted me, she's like, I got your award back. When do you want your ceremony? I'm like, I left on terminal leave 3 days ago. You can put it in the mail.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah, we talk about. I mean, everyone's got
Mm.
a good gripe about their awards. I know I do. I mean, everyone else does. Everyone has a good. Here's what happened with my award story and shit like that. Not like I should have gotten something, but it showed up in the mail. They gave me the award at the
Right.
ceremony, said you're gonna get it, and then months later, while I'm in Fort living room, that's when it came in the mail.
of course.
So review of hazing, bullying, and harassment definitions. Department policy defining conduct by service members that constitutes hazing, bullying, and harassment, and overly broad, jeopardizing combat mission readiness, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if it's like a bunch of push-ups and a bunch of log carries, is that hazing? Is that for training and stuff like that? Is that
I mean, I can see where it needs to be like really identified, or really not identified, but defined.
right?
Because some people could say, oh, you call me an asshole, that's hazing. And some people know,
Right.
that, okay, maybe that's not really,
Right. If
so
you
it really
exactly
does need to be defined.
right. If you really wanted to be a dick when it came to stuff like that, Article 134, paragraph 89, use of indecent language. And I see everybody in uniform posting indecent language in fucking uniform on the talks all the time. So, we could be ultra tight to go back to the standards that you wish were not enforced. But I'm going to tell you what, you posting your shit on TikTok and saying how this and how that, these motherfuckers and piss me off, and you guys are stupid, and you guys, the hair stuff, the nail stuff, the eyelash stuff, the beard stuff. Don't be trying no freaking, you still can't stick privates in the dryers. Yeah, exactly. Why are you looking so disappointed?
I don't know. We got to define that. Is that hazing?
Is that, well, depending on what the private did. Guys, just kidding. We're not endorsing hazing. That's like legit abuse. We posted a meme, and everyone got pissed off because nowadays, how memes work, people like to read into memes and think there is some sort of,
Psyop about it.
yeah, there's something about it. But we posted a meme of a big Mongo drill sergeant, and everyone was like rolling, and then everybody else what happened to the rapture? I don't know, dude. What happened to the rapture? Oh, don't look at us. Were we supposed to be on there? I don't know.
I wasn't in charge. I wasn't in charge of that.
Yeah. So this, of course, was also sent to our good friend, Drill Sergeant High, Angry Cops. When that overzealous Mongo of a drill sergeant hears, quote, and yes, they can put their hands on recruits. This is where I need some specification on.
Yeah.
I need some specification on this.
Not cool.
Here's my
and I was never touched. I promise you that.
Here's my
no
thing.
fight.
If you're doing like a live fire and there's a soldier that looks like they're going to inflict some sort of, life limit eyesight on another individual or you or themselves, I could see you grabbing them to pull them out of the grenade pit to save their lives. That I could see. I could see, a soldier about ready to do something to another soldier, and then you grab the soldier to stop them from doing it. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I'm gonna tell you what, man. There's some. I was telling some of my buddies, man. I remember when I was a first sergeant. There's some big uns out there that'll fuck you up if you put their hands on them. I mean, I'm glad we could, had combatives to kind of like, oh man, I'm glad this is over. I'm glad this training. This kid fucked me up. Them big uns out there will fuck you up. You think you could open it? You can put hands on a soldier. This is not an excuse. You could try, and I guarantee it. The soldier will probably be well within his rights to beat that ass. If, of course, with witness and with phones nowadays, we'll probably get the video and we'll post it. Stanka says, so the implication that there's the new regime is supporting wall-to-wall counseling sessions, which is exactly that. That's what I'm saying. A soldier shouldn't get slapped for fucking bouncing a check. A soldier shouldn't get their hands put on when So I think a clarification on
A
this.
soldier shouldn't get they shouldn't get their hands put on them, period, unless it's like I said, to
Right.
make sure they don't hurt themselves or someone else.
Right. Now we posted videos before of soldiers and combatives, and you see them getting slapped around and kicked and beat up, and male and female. You know, females kicking the fuck out of guys kicking the guys out of guys. It doesn't matter. Big,
Y'all
small.
heard the story on the smoke pit. I mean, I hurt TZ. Part of her disability is because I busted her shoulder when we were doing combatives when we were young buck sergeants.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, them little shits are strong. I'm just saying. There's some soldiers that I couldn't wait to sign for the equipment, the combatives gear. Get the combatives gear out of the fucking Connex. We got some discussion we need to do. And man, pop, shit, them little shits can hit. Heavy-handed little kids, they'll fuck you up.
Right.
Boxing smokers and stuff like that. I guarantee it. Stuff like that will increase. You won't need to have wall-to-wall counseling. It's like a respect thing. You know what I mean? Kind of like you duke it out with one of your soldiers, and they say that you can handle it. And of course, you see your soldier, and you can see they can handle it. They obviously use some restraint because they didn't break your freaking arm. Well, they put you in the arm bar. Oh man, yeah, I remember some combatives one time, and one of my Joes just, put the hurt, and I was like, "Don't be emotional, Ken. This is training. 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 This is training.
Right?
Don't fight dirty. Don't fight. This is combatives. This is combatives."
That's my problem. That's why I can't do combatives. I don't know how to play fight.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's some individuals that you end up like causing a reaction to something that happened to them a long time ago, and they'll fuck you up.
See, and that's exactly
they will remember.
what it is.
Yeah, they will remember you. They'll remember getting bullied in the high school fucking in the campus square in the quad, and next thing you know, they're beating the shit out of 5 people in the fucking formation.
Right? I mean, like if you get me in the right position where it's like I feel just slightly a little threatened, I know we're supposed to be training and everything, and then I'm not going to be playing anymore and or training. I am trying to get you off me and hurt you, or so I can get away, and I can't control that. Like if they hit me the right way, or I don't know, knock my head, or because it's happened. Like luckily it was an SOC and it was a guy much bigger than me, and I didn't hurt him because he just got me. He's like really like, oh shit, let me back up because because it threatened me. I'm like, yeah, no, not doing this somewhere. So I don't do combatives.
That's kind of like when you're just doing combatives and teaching techniques and stuff like that, where everyone's in a comfortable, and then you decide to go to do now we're going to go contact, anybody got any, I always would say, anybody got any beefs or anything like that? And next oh yeah, fuck that guy, fuck this, fuck that girl, blah, blah, blah. And next the girl ends up beating the crap out of the guy, then everyone kind of laughs and we move on. You know what I mean? But the thing is it's almost like how the Army decides to do escape rooms when it comes to sharp. You don't fucking do that shit. Don't do that shit. No. You know what I mean? That's like fucking no. That's a different
and
training.
Also probably not like two people do combatives that you're just learning. And just let them go at it. Like that's why TZ got hurt, because it wasn't I felt threatened or anything. I literally did whatever that like trying to do this neck thing, and I did it wrong, and that's why she got hurt. So
yeah, I had to
literally because that was the first time I was learning combatives.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to be qualified too. I mean. I think the warrior ethos and stuff like the warrior stuff. Okay, look, guys. Hey, when we're crapping on the warrior ethos and lethality, we've been hip to the game. We've been crapping on lethality and warrior ethos since we were made a mockery of it when Secretary Mattis.
Since we first heard the word.
Yeah, when Mattis was talking about lethality, and then everyone decided to change it to lethality. Everything's lethality with lethality.
Center of lethality,
excellence and stuff like that. You're like, Jesus fucking, yeah, we get it. So we're just laughing at the fact that this has come back up and we've seen no backup. We've seen nobody come out and say, well, give us some fucking hard training. PT done every day. PT should be done every fucking day. I know there's several reserve units out there, out west that, and I think you guys have hit us in the inbox before. Here's your chance. If you're not doing PT every day, let U.S. Army WTF moments know. Hit up the Facebook and the Instagram. Let us know, hey, my guys aren't doing PT. They won't let us do PT. We'd be more than happy to post it. So
I can see the downside of that too. It's like, okay, so what if you're like one of those people that works shift and you have a 12-hour shift and we gotta do PT every day. I can see this
Of
stupid
course.
coming from
Yeah.
this too.
Yeah. Oh no,
That's going to come from this.
no, there's stupid coming out of it because now there's knee-jerk reactions to that. Now there's knee-jerk reactions to. As a matter of fact, I think let me pull it up. I think I got a slide. I think I have some cartoons ready. So because of this, there is the knee jerk. And I'm going to highlight. This is going to get posted on the main page, by the way. I just managed to I was just kind of like being nosy in the inbox. And I was like, "Ooh, what's this? I want to see this. You know how we want to see what the Cheeseman is about. So I was kind of like poking around, and this is already the reaction. This is already the reaction. Dead serious with this. New guidance is we will PT in hourly blocks and OCPs in the motor pool using our roll-up AFT equipment. If you get too sweaty, you're welcome to bring an extra uniform and shower in the Dragon's bathrooms. What? Guys. I don't know if you guys are doing this.
Stupid.
It's already stupid. I don't know if leaders are out there doing this on purpose to fucking I hate Hexaf, so I'm just gonna do this. You want PT? I'll give you PT. Or
Like malicious compliance.
yeah, exactly. Not only malicious compliance, but I will say that malicious compliance, and then or somebody's scared. Oh fuck, we haven't been doing PT, and we're probably gonna have a PT test, and my scores are not gonna look good for my PT averages. Blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna get the fucking streamer on our guidon.
Probably most of it.
And so I mean, it's probably it could go both ways. But this is where this is where stupid is coming. And I think everyone overreacted to what just do your fucking shit, do PT every day, and you're good. I get the shift work. Guys,
and that's where I'm hoping that they don't get screwed for that too. I mean, I know they still got to do PT, but 12 hours is already a long day.
Yeah.
And adding a mandatory PT time with that. Again, I did PT when I worked 12-hour shifts, but not at like 4 when I got to be to work at 6. It's like, no, let me do it afterwards.
Right.
Again,
Well, shift work too. Like I said, if you're in a flight line or you work or you were like working a hospital or something like that, then there you go. That's the hey, you fucking. You do PT on your. You should have already a fitness regimen involved in your shift work. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing PT and you wake up and you're like working at night, then you should get up and actually do PT. Or I have seen units that or staffs that have not been able to do PT during their regularly scheduled time. I've seen them do PT during lunch. I've seen them PT after work. I've seen them. You know what I mean? It all varies. But I think this is just routine, like standard 6:30. Until 1800 close business. You know what I mean? For some units, they do close the business at 1800 because you got that one commander that's like, don't want to. I don't know where this culture came from. Of well, I'll tell you what it's from. I mean, you remember on the staff, Spanky, you always have that one battle captain that I got to look busy for the boss, and the boss.
Oh yes.
The boss sees me going home early, then he's probably saying I'm not working you enough. Blah blah blah. Blah. So
right, or you're not working hard enough.
Or you're not working hard enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to top block you if I don't see you here until 1900 every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I gave an OPD to the battle captains in 1st Armor Division when I was serving with them, and I showed them how to do delayed messages and stuff like that. So, back in the day, Outlook used to be able to send delayed messages on the rules and stuff. I used to do that for updates. I said, hey, look, dude, check this out. This was before the days of the BlackBerry and OWA sign-ins. Before you could do your email at home, I used to teach them how to set up their updates and stuff across the fucking calendar, across the timeline, so that way they could send one at 1900, 2000, 19, just different times. And
right.
And they came in and like, oh, so-and-so was being really busy working. Blah, blah, blah. He's really burning the midnight oil. Now he's out, in the Ville with me hanging out. So you gotta love your battle captains, man. You gotta show them love because they're the ones that are getting. Those are the ones that are rowing the hardest. So again, I'm gonna say we have been inundated with TikToks since the speech, and the TikToks are the reaction to what the speech was about, and I think a lot of it is because no one has actually gone through the memorandums themselves, and it really doesn't say that. Okay. Everyone else is, again, shout out to some of the military influencers out there. The guys, they're just fuck face it. We got them out there. Shout out to them, the ones that are doing the good messaging and saying, hey, look, here's what happened, blah, blah, blah. Here's what's blah, blah. And the ones that are putting out bad info, you're putting out bad info. You know who you are. And if your comments are reflecting that, no, this information is not correct. But all you guys back in my day, guys, this is what you wanted, right? You wanted back in my day standards. I mean, Facebook has history in your timeline, right? We could see when you posted something.
And to be honest, not really many standards changed.
No, that's what I'm saying. It almost seems like
it was really just him like bloviating about, like making it sound like it's so much a bigger change than it was.
Well, I'm glad you brought.
Wasn't much.
I'm glad you brought that up. So I've seen the narrative from defense media, like mill media, not defense. There's not. I don't know if there's one named defense media, but mill media, military media or military themed media out there, and everyone's talking about, this should have been an email. This should this. I could see both sides of the argument. This could have been face to face per command, like during his visits.
Yes,
maybe he could have said that to them.
Not bring them all there and spend all this money just to say that. I'm sorry. That's
what I'm saying. You could. Yeah, I would have flown out to the sites and said, blah, 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 blah. And you guys are fucking pissing me off because you're not fucking fixing your barracks and you're not fixing the mold. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Getting that ass right there. And then next you know, General so-and-so retired, or something like that. You hear some story about that, right? That precedent. I think with this right here, I see the argument that this could have been an email, but the other side of it is I think some of these leaders have been too comfortable with just running buckshot on their own. Like some of the standards that we talked about, the chow halls. I remember you brought up the chow halls, the defects, not whatever.
Yeah, but that's what he probably should be doing, is going out and seeing it instead of bringing them all there. That's just, I don't know.
Well, we got odds.
I still don't agree with this whole big meeting thing. I just think that was a waste of money. And I mean, even if he wanted, like, doesn't Zoom work? It's like, we did forget how to use that.
Well, my thing. Come on, man. We've been in meetings before, Spanky, where someone was talking and we hit mute and then we're like giggling in the background. I mean, we've done that before.
Oh, we can't have that. I mean, but then we'd have much better pictures to meme them.
Exactly that. You could not have considered the meme recipes that have come out from this meeting. You cannot have expected. I mean, they were gold. The Phil Blaisdell and his look, and then Colonel General Admiral, his look. The guy's laughing in the back. The guy, the Space Force guy, gasping for air in the front.
Like, can he breathe even?
He's like, it's like, oh my God, what's happening? So I see two sides of the coin. Yes, it was good that he did this to their fucking face so he could hear that and look them dead in the fucking eye. On the other side of the coin, I could see
fix their face,
and they did not fix their face. And then I see it on the other side. He could have probably done visits, but that's probably why he was doing his visit, to gather all the information from the Joes. And that's the thing too. Mr. Secretary, you want to come on and shoot the shit with us? Let us know. We've had pretty much. I think we've had. Who did we have on last time? He was retired though. I can't remember who it was. He was retired. We had John Wayne Troxel, the SEAC.
Yes, that's it.
He was part. Joint staff guy. He was the joint staff self. Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, what's up? Yeah, put him on the calendar. Have our team reach out. Yo, homie. But I mean, I see both sides of the effect. Could have been an email, yes, but I think that would have been more of an impact. There was a Coast Guard admiral that was talking about the threats in Alaska and all this other shit, and was like, "What are we doing? How come we have an airborne division in Alaska?" Well, because Russia, Ivan wants that shit. I think Ivan's gonna be like poking around, and it's just me. I'm doing my own, navel gazing. I guess I'm talking like a freaking staffer. I'm doing my own, my own thoughts of, just thoughts in my head. Ivan wants that shit, right? He said on a podcast that it hit pretty good, and he said, "quote, presence is influence," and I think that was the hit right there with bringing them all together. Let them know, hey, I'm the Secretary of Defense. I see y'all fucking talk shit about me, and I see y'all talking shit about I'm the Secretary of Defense. Now, granted, the way he probably would have said it, I don't know. I wasn't there for some of the sidebars and stuff like that.
Right.
So who knows what he said to them, when everyone's back or when the president. Angie, appreciate the gift. SecDef should go a step forward and figure out how to prep recruits before they even walk into the recruiting office. Recruiters should focus on DNC customs and courtesies and not kids to do the bit. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Angie. We had the future soldier concept. that was it's in the Army, where we get soldiers or potential recruits that are either overweight, can't pass a PT test, or need to work on their scores a little bit better on the ASVAB. And those been pretty freaking successsul. We covered that when it first came out. And we were a little skeptical on it before, and we're like, I don't know. And sure as shit, we got the numbers back from it, and it was pretty successful. So I appreciate the comment, Angie. Be no do. That's right. No do. Oh my God, this is like,
I haven't heard that.
I haven't. I need to. You know what? I need to break out.
If we would have just stuck with that.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I need to break. I need to break out. I want to have some old manuals, 1990s manuals. Since we're going back to 1990s, I'm gonna bring them back and do from props for my show. For the show for Sarn's time. Be no do.
Leave yourself with something other than AER propaganda.
Oh yeah, I need to fan myself. Like, oh man, it gets heated up there. Make sure you donate to AER. Woo woo. By the way, during the government shutdown, AER will provide financial assistance. Make sure you hit them up. If you guys are banking with specific banks, some of them are actually giving you some pay forwards. They will still pay you, and like a normal loan, like a normal paycheck, and basically when your pay finally comes in, they'll take it. But
it's just like an interest-free loan.
Yeah, exactly. So check out AER. We posted their stuff on the timeline at US Army WTF Moments. Be the soldier, know the job, do the right thing. I'm gonna tell you what were the original Army? I was quizzing some friends in a group chat. I was aging myself. What was the original Army values? Wasn't leadership. It was called the 4 C's. Everyone always talks about the 4 C's:
competence,
commitment, candor. And courage.
That's it.
And the 4 C's. Yeah, remember that? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe I need to get the old leadership manual and fan myself with that and pull out the FM 2120. Everyone talks about the fitness standards coming back. You know what? You're all complaining. You know where the leg tuck came from. So exactly that, Baconator. Get down and make the walls sweat. So I really think it's a lot of people are just shooting off on bias to the secretary on what he's been saying and what it is. And when we break it down, is that, let me see what was my point to the super chat was that our country is unfit. I agree. We agree. We brought this before. Hertling did a great TED talk on American obesity crisis being a threat to our national defense, and we actually have covered that. We have discussed about that, Angie. As a matter of fact, we got a lot of shit because we said we were fat shaming. Me and Spanky were accused of fat shaming when we talked about that. And we thought it was a crock of shit because if you are in the profession of arms, in the end, even if you are if you're an enabling MOS, a support MOS, you are in the profession of arms, you must maintain your physical fitness. You can't be fat. You can't. I mean, there's a difference between a chunk that can max his PT test and like a Samoan soldier. I've had Samoan troops, and I'm telling you what, they will destroy a fucking PT test that can out-ruck everybody. It's always the guys who can run the fastest that can't ruck for shit, that can't do the physical exertion events of a PT test. And I don't want to say...
I know, because I had always outrucked those guys.
I'm not saying that if they were a pound over or whatever, that I would look the other way. But I would say, hey, why don't you go take a shit or something and come back?
Right.
Even
go sit in the sauna.
Go sit in the sauna or do something. Because we got, and that's another thing. What is fat? What is considered fat? Because I know the proportions of a woman, thick... I'm not saying I'm a connoisseur of the thickness, but I'm just saying, thick women as opposed to thin build women to athletic build women. I know I could tell the difference between that. That's what needs to be delineated. Y'all had a fucking chance. And this is what I don't understand. I'm not talking about leader. When I say y'all, leaders had a chance to show what the Army body composition program could be done with. How could it be? Because you notice we always said, if you score so much, then you don't have to get tape. If you do this, we went from the neck to now a single point. Women got dick because, let's measure the largest portion of the body, her ass. And the next thing you know, you're fucking taping some chick's ass. And you're saying she's fat, even though she's rocking a 6-pack, she could fucking deadlift your ass. I'm gonna tell you that's what we need to.
Because deadlift makes us get booties.
Yeah, exactly. Squats make the booties.
Our asses are getting big.
Yep. So again, you can't be a fat ass serving, period. You can't be, because I always, and to talk about the women stuff like that, I know some absolute badass women that have met standards for what they, old guard, Navy, ceremonial units, SOF. There's some badasses. And I'm going to tell you what, call them fat or call them incompetent, and they will smoke the fucking bags out of you. So we have to find out, we have to get a good line. Not a good line, but a good baseline on what is considered, because I'm a chonk, but I can do good on PT. I'm retired, but there's those that are thick that can do PT and they knock it out and all that. And that's why I told everybody, don't freak out about the fucking don't freak out about what the secretary said. Get into the memorandums that he said. They're obviously service specific or exemptions if you meet a certain test of your PT test, a certain point of your PT test. Yeah, exactly that. Hey, what's crazy is that he did that TED Talk in 2012 and we still haven't learned. I'm saying though, Angie, the reason why is that you say somebody is fat. I'm not saying you are not attacking you in this, but it's been brought up because we brought it up that if you say a soldier is fat, immediately the defense shields go up, IG complaints happen, EO complaints happen, reliefs suspensions of investigation just for you saying you're fat. And that's something too. Fat is part of the word. If you bust body fat composition, there's no other word. I mean, you can't unless you say, hey,
body mass,
body mass failure. Because then if you say body mass failure, then people are going to complain about that. I don't care. I mean, what do you want us to say? Lipid enthusiast? You can't. Saturated fats or whatever. I'm not. No, I'm not going to go back and forth on somebody who is like, well, that's a woman or that's a guy and they can't do this because of this specific PT test or they can't do it because of this. I'm gonna tell you what. I know some chunks that can out fucking run, ruck, shoot, and even women. Some thick women out there that can do the fucking same. But because the way our uniforms look. I'm gonna tell you what, I've seen some women look absolute trash in fucking uniform, but they're the ones that you see them. I'll be blunt about this.
That you don't recognize.
That you don't exactly. I'll be blunt. Yeah,
exactly why I did that.
Exactly. I'll be blunt. There are some women that look like ass in uniform, and I'm gonna say it. The uniform of our military is not complimentary at all, unless there are some soldiers that I know, and I have some influencers that I know that like to get adjustments to the uniforms to get a little form fitting, to look more feminine. But I guarantee it. They're the ones that get hit on the most when you see them in civilian clothes at an org day or a ball or formal. You know what I mean? So I'm not waffling on the top. The thing about no fatties, that's obvious. We cannot afford fatties, especially when we talk about, oh, dude, let's go fight. And we have drone warfare and all that. And you're not be able to outrun a drone and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Well, guess what? If you're fat, you'll get blown up on a drone on TV, on streamed 4K whenever our adversary decides to use them against us, whoever it may be. Carbohydrates enthusiasts. We know a field grade that had a fat. Oh my God, yes, sir. What's up, Mickey? Me and Mickey served together in back and brag. Go ahead, Josiah. Say it. Back and brag.
No, okay. We got through almost the whole show without that.
Well,
and
I know.
We have one more thing to do before we pull out Lemon Pledge too.
Yeah, I was about to say. What was the one more thing?
At least one. One more thing. Okay, so I said I'm like, hey, find out if this is Blaisdell, right?
Yeah.
So it is. He would like to say everyone hello and all is well in the Eastern Flank, and he wants us to give a shout out to his soldiers in Europe. He is very proud to serve with them, especially 2101 Blackhearts. They're heading into the box soon, and he'll be up there soon to see them. Thanks, guys.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, Phil. CSM Phil Blaisdell, the 5th Corps CSM, giving a shout out to the 101st. They're currently right now in the cantonment area at Camp Albershof. I think Albershof in Hohenfels at JMRC, and they're about ready to get in the box. And you imagine you get pulled on a rotation and then you go hit the European version of an NTC or a JRTC.
I'm like, are you serious? Like, really? Exactly. It's like so bad.
Exactly.
I want to go go to Germany to have a beer on a day or two.
Exactly.
This. Let me live a little. You got me in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm in Europe. Well, no, I mean, we did get. I was talking to a leader in the inbox and say, "Hey, I want to talk to Ken. I want to talk to the retired sergeant major guy." Yeah, sure, cool. So we start shooting the shit. It's like, "Hey, man, I don't know if you remember, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." And then we're just shooting the shit. And he's like, "Yeah, the guys are going to the box right now, blah blah blah." And then another person hit the inbox and said, "Hey, we're in the box. They're logging us down. They're making us do this. They're making us do that." I go, "Oh, well, welcome to Hohenfels. Welcome to JMRC." That's the version of going into the cantonment area before you get locked down in the box. I know in Europe it's different because the way they design their rotations. So shout out to the guys going into the box at 101st. That's what I'm talking about. And shout out to Phil Blaisdell, CSM, 5th Corps.
Yes, I hope you get some rest.
Yeah, get some rest, man. Get some rest. Yeah, exactly. You'll be tired flying back and forth and everything. Mandatory CSM train weekly, starts up weekly on the sergeant's time. You know what? We did talk about that. Sergeant's time tasks. And I'm going to say what? The reason why going back to physical fitness is that there's every level of tasks that you must complete. Individual tasks, collective tasks, unit tasks, right? So if those tasks are not completed to standard, everyone has to be in that weak link stuff. You know what I mean? Hohenfels, Hohenfels JRC about, yeah. Man, if you've not done any JRC Hohenfels time, depending on what year, what time of the year, oh my God. If you, being stationed in Germany,
I've never been there.
Oh my God. Being stationed in Germany, you're just like praying that a Hohenfels rotation doesn't hit the winter, or just like the late springtime where it gets all muddy and shit, and where it's always raining because it's all the mud shit that how you see the battlefield of Ukraine, how everyone's running around the mud, stuff like that. It's just like that. Or when it snows, it fucking sucks. It sucks. You don't want to do anything. So NCOES, NCOPDS, I agree. I see some of the comments in there. It should be going back to the way it used to be. You should do your PT test on day 0. If you don't make it in, bam, there you go. I think it'll jerk a knot in some of the soldiers on how bad they want to be a non-commissioned officer. And let's make PLDC great again. Ooh, I can't believe I made that sound. I almost said like almost a political thing. I said make PLDC great, and I stopped myself. Let's put PLDC back the way it used to be. How about that? Bring it back. 4 weeks. 4 freaking weeks. Back when I went to PLDC, can I say a back in my day story? 5th Corps 3 Corps headquarters, Fort Hood, U.S. Army, 3 Corps headquarters, 3 Corps NCO Academy back in 1994 is when I went. And it was great.
I didn't.
You did what?
I was saying I didn't go on Hood. I was just like, so I'm not sure exactly how it worked there, but I do remember it where it was and everything else.
Yep. So, and you remember the old World War II barracks? They had the drill. They had the drill and ceremonies pad, which I think.
Yep.
I think after watching our soldiers walking to the 250th birthday, I think we need to work on some DNC, some intercorps stuff. That it's instilled, because you know what? It's one thing somebody brought up to me is like, how is it that we are like going through the books and figuring out how to march during ceremonies, and where everyone's like scrambling around the regulation? And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. If you bring back basic drill and ceremony, or you grade it back, then it's cool. My time and basic NCO stuff to lead your shit, which what PLDC was all about.
Right.
And non-fat person wouldn't last for sure. Yep. Oh yeah. 4 weeks of hard training, networking, MOS, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly that. I remember that shit, man. I remember that stuff. I remember all the good stuff and the bonding and stuff that I had. There are some individuals that currently right now that I remember that we still talk to each other from PLDC. So.
Oh yes, I still talk to a couple buddies from them too, like that I met there that were my roommates. So,
yeah, I still talk about some. Of course, some of them are retirees already. They're like, or some of them got out or whatever, and yeah, it's fucking. Some of them work over at the new command. Some of them work at a new command. We got a new command with a name change. I forgot to tell you the name. We did.
No.
You
did forget to tell me.
I forget to tell you. I'll pull it up. So we got a new command. We got a new command name. A new command name that is now called U.S. Army Transportation Command instead of Transcom or something like that, Transcommand or
See, because these people, they love to be changing names.
so now we're R Trans. So
Our trans.
I'm kind of laughing at the irony here.
Yeah, just a little bit. I are trans.
R Trans. You know that meme with Bugs Bunny
You
when he
are
says
trans.
R BAH or RBAQ or like that. Yeah, this is kind of R Trans.
Am I allowed to laugh at this?
You can laugh at it, please. Just laugh. I think it's funny that we called it R
Just
Trans
laugh. I know.
because I know Tradoc has gone away too. They changed their name of Tradoc as well. So, what is freaking Tradoc? What is the new Tradoc name? I forgot. See, I'm already because I got to be hip. Yeah. So let's see. Tradoc name change. It's no longer called Tradoc. This is the last thing we got to do some. We got to do some housekeeping. So Tradoc, and this is according to the Army. Sorry, Army. We're doing your PAO for where you.
Yeah, do they even have any PO?
They don't have PO. Yeah, they told her. This page has lapsed. So the appropriations has lapsed. There will be no updates. I'm like, okay, so like
that's true.
You're not gonna have any freaking
change the names while the weekend.
Let's change the names. Let's change the names and bug the fuck out, so that way we don't have to explain what's going on. So turn the page.
And then everybody comes back to work and they're like, where the fuck this is not where I work.
Yeah, this is not where I work. Yeah, exactly. What is the name of this command again? Tradoc new is there we go. The Tradoc has been inactivated and it's now called the what is it called now? Fucking
Army Transformation and Training Command.
Yes. ATTC. So
T2Com.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, because you know how the Army likes to make freaking they like to they use syllables for their names. Because back in the day, yeah. I remember when I was an aviation guy, and they said U.S. Army Aviation Center and School, or SWIC, you know,
right.
Or like that. And it was they called USAV. I'm like, what the fuck is USAV? Who the fuck is it? You saw Vince? I don't know who Vince is. Who's the USAV? No, it meant U.S. Army Aviation Center and School. So T2Com. T2, that sounds, I don't know, that sounds like a video game with aliens and shit out of Area 51. T2Com. T2Com. So, anyways.
That sounds like a robot saying it.
Yeah, it says
a childlike robot.
Yeah.
T2Com.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Cute. I love it.
T2Com. T2Com.
Watch them change the name now.
It sounds
that
like,
it's horrible.
Don't get in here. I think get people pissed off.
We gotta have this manly name.
We're gonna have this name, T2Com.
T2Com. Say it like that.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have Baby Eyes do some voice work and say, "Hey, say this." He's gonna go T2Com, and then the people are gonna like change it.
Oh yeah.
Because that's like how he did the expert action badge video of Sunday.
Oh man.
So all right, let's do some housekeeping. You guys know that we got a lot of shows now. We got more shit coming. We got more shows coming.
Like housekeeping takes 20 minutes.
Yeah, housekeeping is a freaking MOS now. It's almost like holy crap, you got freaking all these shows that we have. We have Sergeant's Time. And then, so this Thursday, Sergeant's Time. This is the only day. Sergeant's Time and Monday are the only days that are like literally generally within their like Army standard of what it was. It's like Thursdays, everybody knows Sergeant's Time. The Army does Thursday on Sergeant's Time, which is why it's on Sergeant's Time on Thursdays, right? The Monday edition, you can't. That's it, right? Well, if you look at all these other shows that we've been shuffling around, and it's all CQ's fault. Everything's CQ's fault right now. Blame CQ.
Everything's CQ's fault.
And so now we have on Monday, we have The King and Me with the actual King Smith and his wife, Michelle. Great show. You guys like to watch it just to kind of kick back and listen to the banter and the discussions about relationships and stuff like that. It's a pretty good show. The Monday edition with myself and Massey, Pop Culture Warrior, Michael Carrasquillo, also known as CQ, with his Angry Staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. And then on Wednesday, we have a double header. We have the actual King Smith and the coach. What do you hear? What do you say? The sports bar. And then you have the smoke pit a little bit later. We've been getting some pretty good feedback. People are actually liking the later shows.
Yes.
Which is,
I am digging it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay. And then, of course, on a bye week, we have FTX. And then, of course, every Saturday, we have weekend co-ops with Nemo rocking with the Valor Gaming, Stack Up Gaming, WTF Nation Gaming, VFW Gaming. I think he's got American Legion Gaming. He's just gaming with everybody.
Gaming Center of Excellence.
Yeah, with the gaming set. Yeah, so check out those. If you guys see it up on the timeline, and everyone always says, how come you guys don't pause or you don't talk about or post some of the stuff that is currently in the news and shit like that. Well, that's why we have these podcasts. We have these podcasts so that way we talk about it and discuss it, and it doesn't need to be in a timeline. It's kind of like the incentive of listening to our stuff. Otherwise,
listen to the words that come out of our mouths.
Otherwise, we don't. Yeah. Otherwise, it'd just be one long fucking post, and you guys won't read it. So some of your attention spans are going to be a little on the, hey, how come you guys didn't talk about that? Well, look at our live. We did talk.
I'm one of those yous. My attention span is like.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, I know.
Squirrel.
I send you something, and you go, so what does this mean? And then you're like, okay. Well, here's what happened. Blah 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 blah. So
Right.
make sure you share, like, and follow. We're broadcasted live on 5 different platforms currently. Live still. We didn't say anything that got us booted, so we're good. But we're 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and X. We get a grin again and again on X. X at WTFNationRadio.com. Share, like, and follow, subscribe, as the boy says, hit the thumb. One of his favorite creators says, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And there we go. I think we're rocking and rolling. So
I think we can put the women pledge away.
yeah, put it away. Hang up the towel. Yep.
We'll
Hang up the towel so it can dry. All right, you guys. You got anything to say, Spanky? You got whatever?
No, y'all have sweet dreams. Y'all have sweet dreams.
Yep, and watch them TikToks. People are looking, especially your soldiers.
Yes. When you're scrolling yourself to sleep, that's when I see it.
Yeah, exactly. That you got one of your troops gonna pop off after you because I saw you do it, and you're gonna go. Then that's it. It's gonna perpetuate. So, anywho, y'all have a good night, and see you. Make sure you wear a sombrero. Shots. Okay, I have to move on. See ya.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant's fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. left behind. Only WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our zen. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.